Welcome back to RL. I'm your co-host Rachel.
And I'm your co-host Liv, and it's Tuesday again.
It's Tuesday again, and we are in February because January just is never ending.
Why is everyone saying, like, okay, it's not like why, like, I feel it too, but everyone is talking about how January felt like a whole year in itself. Like, I feel like I don't even remember New Year's.
I didn't even think about it that way until everyone started talking about it. I was like, oh yeah, I guess it does feel kind of long.
A lot did happen.
A lot did happen, but I think I was just so in the moment that I just got swept away. And I just didn't think about like the month. Honestly, I didn't think about like I think this is the first year I wasn't itching to go to the sun, or maybe because I don't know.
Oh, I was itching with all that cold weather.
I acknowledged. I think things were just planned out, and so I was like, oh, I have this, but I wasn't
had so many things to look forward to.
Yeah. That's probably a good way of putting it.
You just got
Florida. Florida was an impromptu trip. My husband's birthday fell on a day where he had to be on his old job site in Florida, and so I was like, oh, so you're going to be gone for your birthday? He's like, oh, I forgot about my birthday. So we just decided to make a long weekend out of it.
He is
now 26.
26? Oh my god, he's so much a baby. Oh my god. I thought he was 25. Hayden convinced me that he was older.
But that's why I married the man, because you would not guess that he is the age he's at.
You wouldn't guess that from him. Although, I don't know. I'm sure we could do a little, like one of those like little quizzes here and there of like your age, and I'm sure it would show, but
he's pretty good. I mean, sometimes he, you know, I'm like,
we've referenced movies before. He didn't know, so
I don't know a lot of movies either, but he's pretty good about some stuff. He probably knows more than me about like pop shit.
Not like old Disney Channel though. You had to be there for that one.
Well, he was born in '99, so.
Oh my god, why does that sound like?
I know. I'm like 96. It sounds.
Yeah, we're both 96. So for some reason, 99 sounds really dramatic. It's just because it's so close to 2000. Like we're so close to 2000, but that's so close to 2000.
Yeah, I know. It's really funny to think about. I get insecure about it, but who cares? I'm like, I can't be that much older than you.
If he was born in 2000, then
it's because I get
like,
called a cougar, and I'm like, shut up. I'm
there you
not
go.
a cougar.
Why not?
I don't know. You're right. Why not? Why not be a cougar? I went after what I wanted. Actually, he did too. So whatever. Anyways, so we did an impromptu trip to Florida, and this is our daughter is now 10 months, and I guess it's very normal that they reach a certain age for a moment where they just want their own bed at night.
Oh.
And so getting them down can be a little bit more of a challenge. She's the best daughter I ever could have asked for. Like, she's very easygoing.
She's still good on a plane.
She is usually good on a plane, but this trip for some reason just like exhausted her, even though it was like super chill, like super relaxed, like just there was nothing crazy going on. But I think because she didn't have her bed, she was very unsettled, and Luke had to go sleep on the couch because she would not sleep in this pack and play, which she's never slept in a pack and play. Like, she just will not go down in her pack and play. So that means she has to share a bed with me, but then we put her in bed, she thinks it's like playtime. So she was just wired and not in her element. And so it was, she would sleep through the night, but it was just a little challenging because then I wasn't sleeping through the night. And we are back. It's Tuesday. We came back last night, Tuesday night, and Friday we drive up to Chicago because Saturday we leave for France to go visit my family. And this morning we woke up and she has a fever, and it's like, I think it's getting down. It was like, now it's like 102-ish, but I'm I'm like,
kind of dramatic.
Luke and I are a little stressed. I'm actually very stressed and very anxious about it. Because it's like, the plane ride back from Florida, like we were that, I don't know, we have this trip, and I don't want her to be uncomfortable, and I don't know how severe this is. Is she just teething, and that's why like this is a problem?
Little baby girl, like, I mean, it's chances are this time tomorrow she's doing a lot better.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I hope so. I think we're just
we gotta give it the day.
The plane ride back from Florida, like we were that family that had the crying baby that was just like screaming. Like it wasn't for a huge period of time. She was so exhausted and just so did not want to be held, just wanted to lay
like
and do her own thing.
my
So like the minute we got home, she was so relieved. Like you could tell she was just like in her territory, and she
that
just
kinda-
felt so good.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Just because like it feels bad to like I don't know upset them or like make
Yeah.
them uncomfortable. Like it wasn't their choice and they can't speak up.
I know. Well, and so that's why I'm like, this is gonna turn into like a little video therapy event session diary, because it's so hard not to be like, should we have not just done this little trip? Like, did we make her sick? And now we have this big trip coming up, and like, I just feel it's so hard, easy to like blame yourself
Because you can't
for
ever
it.
pick the right choice because you don't know. And like I mean, it's not like I can say I get it, right? I don't have kids, and I know people talk about how difficult that is to like, choose to keep living your life with all of these things, and like, and then all the people who are like, yeah, and that becomes really hard for a reason, because you don't want to put your kid out, like that, depending on what stage they're in or whatever.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're a little nervous because she's never had a fever before. I know it's very normal, but I don't know. I think I've been super anxious about this trip coming up anyways, because
It's like 2 weeks, right?
it's 2 weeks, and I'm most nervous just about like the traveling part. It's an overnight flight, but it's 8 hours to get to Paris, so I do anticipate her sleeping. And then from Paris, we have to take another flight to get to the south.
I mean, you think she's gonna sleep the whole time? Like,
She probably will, because if it's an overnight flight, but
is
I
it
don't
like is it
know.
a lap situation? Like she's gonna be in your
Yeah,
guys'
she's a lab
lap.
child.
Yeah.
She's a lab child. But Luke upgraded our tickets to have like the business
space.
comfort suite.
Have you?
So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
are you gonna save those blow up mattresses for the
Okay,
kids
I
on
didn't know
planes?
what I'd seen, but that's totally what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
I was like, that sounds amazing. We would have totally gotten that, Luke, except she doesn't have her own seat.
big flights.
That's why I
So
asked.
he's
If
like,
you guys
can
were
we-
doing that.
He's like, can we put something on top of our laps and she could lay? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if the seats are big enough, we can put something on the ground and she can lay.
Or plot twist, it's not a full flight and there is room.
I know.
So I almost feel like you should,
I
like, if
know.
it's a blow up thing, like you should just order it and have it just in case. Like worst comes to worst, you can turn it on Amazon, like whatever.
I was like, this is
You've got
luxury. I've
two
got
big
like
flights
the
there,
arms
like-
from the chairs, like digging
I had to
into
fly
my
back
back
from
and my ass,
Santiago
and I
to
was like,
Dallas one time,
first class,
and
baby.
I'm a
It felt
poor
like
college
it back
student,
then.
Where's
so
Santiago?
Chile, yeah.
Okay.
And I am a poor college student at the time, so I'm in coach, and it was like a 12-14 hour flight, whatever.
That's all I've ever flown in my
The
life.
flight was dead, dude. Like there was like 5 people on it. I got a whole row.
Okay.
I sprawled out. I was like, this is luxury. I've got like the arms from the chairs like digging into my back and my ass. I was like, this is
great.
living. Like
This is first class, baby.
it felt like it back then.
That's actually funny. I had that happen to me when I went to Asia, and the flights are, I mean, like they're 24
Insane.
hours. Like it's just these massive flights, and they weren't full. So I had the same situation happen where you're just like, you have the row, and you're like
Amazing.
living the life. You think you've hit the jackpot.
You do.
and-
So it could happen.
Yeah.
Not saying it will, but it could. Possibilities are endless.
Fingers crossed. I think the more I talk about it, though, the more grounded I feel about it. Because I'm like, okay, like the logistics of it are simple. It's just you're basically missing a night's sleep, and then you have to drive when you get to France. I've never driven in France before, and the
getting a
rules are a
rental
little
car?
yeah.
Well, is it the opposite side?
No.
Okay.
No. Oh
Well, at least
God,
you got
no.
that.
No. There's no way I'd be able to do that.
I've never driven in another country. I really don't want to. Like that's purposeful.
Yeah, I'm like YouTubing videos on how to drive because they have a few different rules. But otherwise, they're pretty proper with like the left lane. All the left lane is meant for passing. You do not stay in the right or in the left lane. American driving is so different. I'm sure you experienced it when you went to Germany. How
I maybe not attention.
for you.
Yeah, the big like coach
else,
situation. So I didn't pay attention.
the rules are their rules, and you don't fuck with the rules when you're driving over there. Mad respect for that, because it actually means that like you can get to where you're going, and like it's just
Less road rage.
less road rage, and it just makes sense. So That should be fine. But then that also means if you fuck up, then I'm like really scared of getting tickets.
I feel like it is like a European thing is like stay in line and follow the rules. And like the biggest like American thing is like be creative. What are rules?
Do what you want. Stay in the left lane if you want, even though you're going like 20 miles below the speed limit.
You know? Like that is
same
American
with like
culture.
going up escalators. Like something so goofy as going on escalators. Like in Europe, everyone moves to the right side, so people that want to walk up and down can go on the left side. Whereas here in the States, if you get on an escalator, like everyone's just standing. Like there's no room to like walk up and down the way.
An escalator. Well, you see sometimes people are being good, and then sometimes there's just like a random asshole. But like sometimes they're being purposeful about it.
It's not like something people think about. Like it's not.
You know what? It is funny because if you were in Europe, you would think that somebody had to like purposefully, consciously make that decision to like screw everybody else. I'm gonna stand here. Versus like in America, you're like, the dumbass just doesn't even realize it.
Yeah, or people just don't.
You
think
just
it's an
assume
option.
that they're just an idiot with no like what is it like spatial awareness or self awareness at all.
So they're a little more in place, I guess, with like rule following.
But when you're in France, you're going to be staying with family. So
We'll be staying with family,
So
except
that'd be
for
nice for
like
Lucia.
3 nights. Yeah, it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Everything is going to work out.
Is this her first time in France? Hers?
Yeah, that's
Okay, so you haven't done this big of a trip with her yet.
No.
Well, to be honest, Rachel, if you weren't stressed about it, it would be weird.
Okay.
Like, it would be, if you weren't stressed about international travel, like a 8+ hour flight with your 10-month-old that you've never done before, it would be like, girl doesn't know what she's in for. You know what I mean? Like that's what everyone would be thinking. So you at least like if you being nervous about it means that you've thought through things.
Yeah.
You've thought through it. You've anticipated what ifs.
I know.
And the what ifs are nerve wracking, but if you've anticipated it, you can make a plan.
Yeah. My mom said she used to do it with like my brother on her lap and me as like a little toddler, and she would go alone and do it like
my
just
God,
crazy
I know my
stuff.
sister.
And I'm like,
My sister has 4 kids under 3 because she had twins. So my oldest nephew is 3, the twins are 2, and my youngest nephew is 2 months
oh
old.
my God, they're probably not getting on flights anytime soon.
No, but I remember when she had the twins, she went from 1 to 3 really quick, and even the oldest was still a lap baby. But then you have 3 lap babies, and you can't have 3 lap babies. But more than that, you can't have 2 lap babies per row in the airplane aisles. Like
That's right.
because we wondered why. We were like, why can't you? Like obviously because there's only one baby mask that drops down, oxygen mask if needed. So she couldn't travel with all 3 of them by herself. I think she actually did one time. So anyway, I think she did one time, but she had to buy like 3 seats or whatever because she had to buy a seat for my oldest nephew who's 1, 2, like had to be sitting in a seat, and so that the twins, each baby could be sitting in laps. And so what we had to do was, it's considered a different row if you're across the aisle, so we had to sit across the aisle from each other because I flew down once to help her out. We took turns because this was back when she was living in Arizona and our family's in Chicago. And so to bring the boys up was always like just a lot of logistics. And she literally says, like, when she'd done it by herself before, she straight up was like, depending on the kindness of strangers, like there's always like a very maternal older woman who is like wants to hold a baby. And like, because when I flew with her, it's like, baby's good for so long and then it wants mom. So
and
I'm
then
like
it also just doesn't want to be held anymore, which is
so
what
I'm just
happens.
passing across the aisle and we're like, thank goodness we had the extra seat for the 1-year-old. So we're like, okay, trade them out, like just rotate all 3.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, it's no joke. It's just like a lot of logistics and like, oh my God, traveling with all those babies, and you've got the carriers, the strollers, and any luggage that you think you might be taking with you. It's like you physically don't have enough hands. Like there just simply aren't enough hands.
Not that more kids is not fun, but I think it's definitely made us think like, okay, 2 when they can like talk and like
with 2.
I know, I'm just like, maybe it's not so bad not being outnumbered, but like having 1 and 1. But it's funny to think about because it's a lifestyle that means or that we prioritize, which is travel and moving around. And so we wanted to do that with kids, but you cannot be, I guess, like naive or just think that you're only going to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, because it's just not the case. Like it on the ride here, I was just like, wow, it really, really does teach you to like slow down, which maybe is a good thing. Yeah. Because otherwise you're just so go, go, go. You don't even think about like everything that you're doing.
Or you don't even think, like, you don't worry about just even the action of traveling, how it could throw you off your schedule or cause you to be sick, or that maybe you do need a nap. But when you're worried about it for a little baby, you're just like, oh, like that was a lot. Like you don't realize what you put yourself through.
Totally. And I guess everyone's just like getting sick right now. Like,
yeah, everyone is getting sick right now.
My in-laws, well, one of them's sick, like my dad and everyone's sick, and we were supposed to be staying with them, like going up to Chicago the night before. No. So it's just like everything is just kind of like
the stress is piling on right now.
It's all gonna work out. Everything will be fine. But it teaches, you're just, I don't know, it teaches you to slow down, and that's okay. It's not, it's totally temporary.
So you thought Florida was going to be like a slow down, nice little relaxed
Florida
trip.
Was going to be this
it looked
fun
beautiful.
In the sun. It was beautiful. I forgot that like life had color in it, and that's why I was like, I was so in the moment. I totally forgot to be like, I want to go to the sun. I want to go to the beach, until it's just suddenly scheduled. I'm like, oh,
the fact that the day that you missed in St. Louis was like 70 and sunny, and we spent the entire day outside. We went pickleball, we played golf, like
gosh,
all the snow melted. We were laughing at the snow just hanging on. I wore shorts, dude. I wore shorts.
Oh, seriously?
I wore shorts outside because we were gonna go play pickleball. I wasn't gonna like wear pants. It was hot.
Oh my gosh.
We took Canella on a walk, and I was wearing pants, and I was like, I need to wear shorts.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's nice. Hopefully the spring will come really fast then here.
I don't know what the groundhog determined, but Groundhog's Day did pass, so.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Do you believe in that?
I mean, I don't think anybody believes in that, right?
Where do you watch the groundhog look at its shadow, and how do you know if it's seen its shadow?
I thought the zoo does it.
The zoo does it? I guess I'm not a zoo goer, so I guess I just don't know.
Okay, normally I think zoos do it, and like the news like reports on it. Or at least
know the news reports on it.
It makes me think of that Jim Carrey movie, Groundhog Day or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he just over and over and over again.
Because he's reporting on the Groundhog Day, right? When it starts?
Something like that. I could
have this wrong. I could be thinking of the wrong
movie. Is it Jim Carrey, though? I thought it was some other dude.
Yeah, I think I'm remembering.
I don't think it's Jim Carrey.
I'm sorry,
some other
everyone off.
Dude with brown hair.
As we said, not the biggest movie buffs. My fiance is, so he's not gonna let me live that one down. It'll be great.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know.
So it was Luke's birthday.
So it was Luke's birthday. Oh my God. I feel so bad. Wait, we have the best friends in the whole wild world, because
am I getting a shout out on my own podcast?
Yes, you absolutely are. Liv and Hayden are getting a shout out on the podcast, because day of Tuesday is my husband's birthday, and we were supposed to be traveling back from Florida. And he had to be on the job site that day too. So things were not totally like, happy birthday and we have a cake and there's gifts. It just was, we're here. Like, we're here together.
Sitting beside the pool in Florida. Like, it was like,
we made a point to go to the beach. Thankfully, he went to the beach and was able to like hang out and stuff, which I forced him to do. But literally, I'm the type of person where it's like a month and a half out. I'm like, guess what's next month? Your birthday is. Like, I get so excited to celebrate, and he like completely forgets about his birthday.
I love surprises, but I also love birthday. Hayden actually recently asked me. He's my fiance. He's like, what is your favorite holiday? And I was like, ooh. And he's like, and it can't be your birthday.
No, I didn't even think it was your holiday as a birthday.
It's just like obviously my favorite birthday, apparently. Aww. Or my favorite holiday, whatever.
That's sweet. It's just fun to celebrate. It feels so good to celebrate. And I feel bad if you're never celebrated, because I don't know. It's just, why not?
Who's never celebrated their birthday? That's
Some
wild.
people don't get celebrated. I don't know.
Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, what?
That's a real thing.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to turn back around. Let me finish the story, and then you're gonna have to go into that more, because I did not know about that. But so it's Tuesday, and anyways, I'm reminding him it's his birthday every single day. That's why we're in Florida together. And Tuesday comes around, and I completely forget it's his birthday. Like,
oh my God,
I'm like, I literally could not believe I forgot. But he went to the job site early in the morning. He left at like 7:30. Like he went immediately.
Did you have a plan like in your mind of like what you were gonna do the morning of his birthday?
No, because we were in Florida together. And I didn't know what his schedule had to be. Yeah. So he comes back from the job site and he's like, "Oh, like I forgot it was my birthday." He's like, "I'm getting so many texts," and I literally froze in place. I say it to him when I saw him in the morning. I totally forgot.
You're like, he had some pancakes.
I stay at work. Totally freaking forgot, and I feel like I felt like the worst wife in the whole wide world. But I literally was there like, oh my god, I literally was remembering it up until like we went to bed last night, like everything, and then the day of I forgot. So anyways, so
is that pregnancy brain? Is that what that is?
maybe I don't know. I think I was just more distracted with like Lucia and like making sure she was all good.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so then I texted Olivia and I was just like, listen, I know this is a big ask. If you guys have any free time, is there any way you can decorate the inside of our house so that when we come home, you can walk into like something that says happy birthday or just like acknowledging his birthday.
Something, yeah.
Just something, because it totally would be unexpected. But if you listen to our Valentine's Day episode, like it's the little things that matter over time where it's just like you feel
it's ringing in her
about.
head. I literally, all I saw from the text was like, I have a big thing to ask, but like I was working, so I don't think I responded right away. And so in my head, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a big thing. And I look at it and it's like, can you help out with a birthday? I'm like, I fucking love birthdays.
Well, now that I know that you love birthdays, but yeah, so they put these happy birthday banners and got cupcakes and everything, and it was so sweet. And it would have been so easy to be like, oh, like I'm not gonna text, or like, oh, I don't want to bother him, like just not have it done.
Yeah.
But it was something so simple that just was so meaningful. And when we landed from our flight and we were driving home, he's like, oh man, like I'm not gonna have any cake or candles to blow out this year.
At that point?
I was just like, oh, like I can make you chocolate chip cookies or cupcakes or something. And he's like, no, it'll take too long. I'm like, BS. I was like, no, it won't. So like, he had no idea. And then he walked into like a platter of cupcakes. He ate them all, every single one of them.
I'm so glad.
Mini cupcakes. He's not like that much of a fat ass, but like,
yeah, no, they were the mini ones from Target, but like, so we run to Target on like just like a little lunch like break where like the Target's right there, so we're like, oh, we'll just stop in and see what they've got. And I'm like, oh, we need to get a little treat. And Hayden's like, no, like they're not gonna eat treats, Olivia.
oh, we fucking will eat treats.
I think we'll eat some treats. I was like, I feel like, I was like, they eat cookies every time I bring them over. I was like, I don't think they're like that strict. They're not going to eat some treats. So I was going to get cookies. And Hayden's like, we're really getting cookies. I was like, you're right. It's birthday. You need cake.
It's not really comparable.
Shout out to Hayden for making her think of the cupcake.
Can you go hang some balloons?
No, it was so sweet, and it was like the perfect little touch and surprise, and he was really touched by it, and so big shout out to you guys, because yeah.
Well, I'm just glad that you asked, like you said, you know, because I mean, I wouldn't like, I could have said no, and it would have been, you'd be in no worse situation.
Yeah.
Like it's not like anyone's gonna judge you for asking,
right?
And so, you know, ask for the favor. That's one of those things. Didn't we say that before one time where it's like, ask people the wildest things?
Yeah. No, so there's this thing you can try. I forgot who said it, so I feel bad for claiming it's not my own idea. But this guy basically was like, start asking for what you want until someone says no. And he was like, and no one would say no to me. So it became really, really hard, but like no one would say no.
Have you heard that there's a story of this one like Canadian dude who started with a paperclip, and he just started like making trades, like asking people to make trades until he eventually traded up for a house?
This girl on TikTok did that.
That's insane.
Yeah, you can follow her channel. Yeah,
Everybody knows.
she like was doing it until she got a house.
All right, somebody give me a paperclip. I don't really know.
I don't think it was like, I don't know what the house was like. You'd have to look if you still have TikTok.
But that's the whole point. And like, I don't know. It's not really comparable. You just asked me like, hey, here's my garage code. Can you go hang some balloons?
Deep inside, I was like, I pray to God that garage door is open down there. But like, thank God it was.
New garage code. Come on.
It's not ours. It's the landlord. Don't say it on here. But if you can think of 4 numbers, you might guess.
Okay, well, that's
in consecutive order.
I was concerned for the safety of your family with that garage code.
It's pretty bad. Like we can leave that side door open and no one Like we don't feel concerned at all. Like the amount of
It's like not.
That's
scary,
nice.
it's like
we
suspense, like,
finally
they're
put
like,
the
I might
Ring
do
camera
this.
out front, and I can't remember what.
Wait, I thought of that when you told me how to get in. I was like, Luke better not have some like alarm to his phone.
No,
okay,
I
because
have it.
Hayden would get the little beep beep like notifications. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I have it on my phone, so he's not getting any notifications that I know of. But I had put the Ring camera out front, and we hardly get any notifications. Not at all, like what we
That's
had
so
in our old
nice.
place. I mean, I get notifications when the FedEx or like UPS truck drives by because that's the biggest thing going by during the day. And at night, there's nothing.
It's probably because literally right across the street from you, you have this crazy neighbor who's lived there his whole life that everybody knows. He's just, it's not that he's crazy in like a spooky, scary way. It's that he's crazy in like the kooky, like, oh my God, if I start a conversation with him, I'm gonna get stuck.
Well, he's too nice for my liking. Like, he's overly nice. And to me, if you're overly nice, like, that's a red flag to me. I'm like, you're too comfortable.
stay away.
Yeah, well, I stay away. I don't think everyone else stays away.
As a result, you're in this like protected bubble from nobody wants to hang out with that guy.
Those are
I'm just worried him looking inside my house is all.
Like,
Okay, well,
Doritos, like commercial,
Yeah, it's
or
like
like,
with the
you know, I'm
shades
thinking of
black
Super Bowl like
clothes.
level
Have you seen
commercials.
Disturbia? Shia LaBeouf.
I thought
No, I don't watch any. Is it a thriller?
like,
Or is it like
I'm
a
like,
horror
who's
film?
gonna make a commercial?
I like don't watch anything
That's
that's
not
scary.
scary.
I'm.
It's like not scary. It's like suspense. Like they're like teenagers in high school.
Oh. Okay, I might do like more thrillers or like suspense.
Anyway,
but
it's about a
I-
scary neighbor.
What's that movie?
Maybe I wouldn't watch that actually. Like that actually sounds like a little too close to reality. Like I might get a little disturbed. I'm easily disturbed. I'm a very sensitive individual actually.
I feel like I am too. But like,
you watch them anyways?
no, that was an old one though. Like I am sure whatever it was put on, like it's not my choice that it's on. Like I'm not gonna be the one who. Maybe now in life I would, but usually, right? Like I'm trying to be down for the group. Like if people want to watch this movie and somebody says it's a good movie, I'm not gonna pipe up and be like, not into thrillers.
I
Turn
totally
it off.
am. I'm like, sorry if it hits in the realm of horror or scary or anything. Like it's a no go for me. You can watch it. I'm just not going to be there for it. I
Go in
straight
the other
up.
room. We're not hanging.
Yeah, no, I like can't even watch commercials. Like that's how much of a baby I am. Some commercials are really scary.
What are you talking about? I've never seen a
some
commercial
horror,
I can't handle.
Some horror film, like they like show. Like I'm just like no.
Okay, there's previews for a horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, those are scary. Wait, those are scary. I'm like Doritos like commercial. Or like, you know, I'm thinking of Super Bowl like level
We were just
commercials.
talking about thrillers.
I thought somebody made it like a thriller theme. I'm like, who's gonna make a commercial that's that scary?
No, I mean like I straight up like some stuff. I'm like.
What's like?
Yeah, you're just gonna watch whatever's there.
I wanted to ask like a threshold movie. Like, what's like a threshold movie for your level of scary?
What's that movie that? Oh shoot! I was thinking of it. The main character is African American, and he. It's not like Inception, but it's something along those lines of he's in this world. There's this like very tall blonde character as well, who's married to this like I think Russian man. Like
So is everybody else out there think she's talking gibberish? Because I have no idea.
It's like this. Oh my god! It's like, and somehow everything goes in reverse after a while. This is
you
like
need to look this up for me. I don't know.
I have to look it up because it's gonna bother me.
So excited.
This is like a character that,
or
like this
spur of the moment trip. It's just more the case where I really wanted to.
It came out I think in like
booked my
2019.
wedding resort plans in
Nice and
Mexico
recent.
without
I mean, it was
actually
6 years ago
visiting
now,
this
but it's still
resort. I
2019
Well, I
sounds
think it was
recent.
before COVID or it was after COVID.
Well, that's pretty much all of time.
I know. That's why it's so complicated to like remember when things are. Ooh, Parasite's a good one. Actually, it's not.
Parasite's so good.
It's not like it's not the type of parasite that I thought it was, but it's actually
me
kind of
neither.
disturbing.
Wait, it's like a metaphor, but it's like insane.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched Parasite, definitely recommend that one. But so do you have movies picked out then for your 8+ hour flight? Is that what you do? What do you do?
No, they have TV screens like on
Yeah, you're just
the.
gonna watch whatever's there.
We'll see like what there is. I'm probably just gonna try and sleep as much as I possibly can because like then the whole next day they're 7 hours ahead, Francis. So it's a little bit. Sorry, guys, I have to look up this movie.
With all the time that you've traveled to France, have you ever gone to Morocco?
No, we're not that far south.
Okay.
We're like, I'd love to go to Morocco, but we're not that close to it.
I was in Morocco and everyone was always trying to speak French to me the whole time. I was like, wrong one.
I've heard a lot of things. Like some of my friends have definitely gone there. Okay, wait, we're getting closer. Sorry, guys, you have to take this pause. I have to. Tell me about how your week's been. And you guys are going to Mexico.
I'm so excited to go to Mexico.
Tell me about Mexico.
Oh, I'm
While
so
I look
excited.
this movie up.
Okay.
Because I don't want to like.
Okay. I'm so
And I'm actually
excited
interested.
that we're going to Mexico at the end of the month. And it's not like so spur of the moment trip. It's just more the case where I really wanted to. Like, I booked my wedding resort plans in Mexico without actually visiting this resort. I kind of did think back when I was booking resorts that I would just like, fuck it, middle of the week, go out to Mexico. But then when it came down to it, it's like, well, I wasn't looking at resorts all around the same area. So it's like, what am I going to go out to Puerto Vallarta, then Cancun, then like Dominican, you know what I mean? And then Puerto Rico, like I wasn't, like that's a little unrealistic. Maybe not for some people, but for your girl it is. So, it's been booked for a long time and we're finally like have a gap in our schedule where we're like, okay, like we think we can calmly fit this in. And so we're just going like a little Monday to Wednesday, all on credit card points. Love that. Shout out to Catherine for showing me how to do that one. Yeah, so we're not out of pocket anything on it, so it's great.
That's
It's
awesome.
love when that happens, you know?
Question for you guys: do you guys have your flights booked for your wedding yet?
No, you're ahead of me. on
No,
that.
we actually had to cancel them.
Why?
Because they changed like the layovers and everything and like the whole flight schedule, and we're supposed to meet up with my mom, so like we had to cancel them all and we have to rebook them.
Okay, well, back on par then. We're even. So, no, not yet, but that is also because, yeah, I did think it was a little early. I know a lot of friends in Chicago have even said to me about my wedding, like, oh, there's no direct flights yet. I'm getting married in Puerto Vallarta, so on the West Coast. But I'm really excited to go because we have the resort booked. I get to I'm going to be meeting with the wedding team, so they're going to walk. I'm going to get to a tour to like walk around like all like
That's gonna be
the
such a
wedding
massive
venues.
relief.
Oh my god, it is.
Just like know where everything's gonna be and like what to expect and anticipate. We totally got that on camera.
You got to watch my dog just totally fall off the back of my couch. Thank God she's resilient. It's not the first time. But and so I get to meet with the wedding team. We get like the full tour of like seeing all of the stuff and like a bunch of selections, which is going to be a big point of relief because it's so freaking hard. Like as much as like it was a perk to like have it all through the resort so that there's nothing you can plan. Like this was purposefully done to myself because I am a bit of
And
a
you
control
booked
freak.
without even seeing the venue and everything to begin with,
I
right?
seen YouTube videos. I seen, you know, everything that I could possibly look into, like people's blogs and TikToks and everything. So I have this image in my mind, so I'm very excited to see it in person and get the full like vibe and feeling of it. And then I also have scheduled with the spa makeup and hair trial because
Oh, that's
let
really
me tell
good.
you how difficult of like an in your head like what are the things most important for your wedding? Like you want to feel good and like feel your best. And if you don't like, you know, you don't want to risk something like that. Your hair and your makeup and how it's in the,
Well,
is it
especially
gonna
because
last?
you make a point and an effort to like do your hair and makeup
I like
every
it.
day. So
Yeah.
like I feel like it's like a part, like it's something you
But because
enjoy
I do,
and do it, so you have a certain expectation for it.
I very much do, and I think I've got like a routine where I can make my makeup last eyebrows. And so at first I was like, okay, I'm my own backup plan, right? Like I could do my own makeup, but here's the thing. I want to look a little extra special.
Yeah.
Like I know, I want to look like me, but I do want to look like me with a little sprinkle
Me,
of
but
pizzazz.
like going to the Grammys and walking down the red carpet type
Like
me.
like just a little extra special.
Did you
So-
see that
So
one
used to, like,
video?
your
Because you
face as
actually
I
still
see
have
it,
TikTok and I
you told me
don't.
that
But
you'll
there
be,
was this
like,
girl on
fully fresh
TikTok who
face,
had
like,
her
no
makeup done
but
for her
eyebrows
wedding. And then she
I
made a
can't do
video
that.
of
I can't
herself
pull that
washing it off.
I did see this.
And she's like,
I don't know.
oh my God, I can't wait to make a TikTok about this.
Super
And
blonde, but I get
it was just basically her really upset with the makeup she had and then her redoing her own makeup without
Telling the So
and then the
I've
artist
seen-
came on and made a video too after this video blew up because you had a bunch of makeup artists being like,
It's so sad.
it was kind of sad. It was just like,
give somebody a chance. Like I've seen a lot of like. I didn't watch that specific video. I just like kind of knew that it existed because I've seen a bunch of these responses from makeup artists being like, if you don't give us the opportunity to fix
Yeah.
something, like it can't be our fault. Like you need to let us know
Yeah.
so that we can, and that's fair.
and the fact that that makeup artist had to see that video and like see it from there
Yeah.
kind of breaks my heart for her because it's like something that she'll probably never ever get like
look so
over, like
funny.
never.
If I don't have,
I
like,
wonder if they
like,
did a
if I have, like,
trial
other makeup
because
on and, like, I don't have, like,
the girl
I don't
should have
know.
known when
She
she booked her.
I know she
brown mascara
kind of
or
explained and stuff, but it made me think of that where I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's.
eyelashes.
I
like the look
feel.
of it.
I mean,
Fine, but that's my
makeup is so defining, like the face, like the structure, and like there's so many different styles and so many things that were, you know, back then really cute that are different now, and like what are the
know.
trends now? Like what do you
And
want?
also, like, what do you like personally like on yourself or not? Like, even down to people's eyebrows, dude. People got like specific styles on eyebrows.
Yeah.
And it's like the girls know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
when it comes to the eyebrows.
I think eyebrows are the one thing I will always have to do myself because I like don't have any. So like I have to fill them in.
I
all
forgot
the
you told
time.
me that
Did
you'll
you
be-
not see them in New York City? Did I show you like when I washed them off?
I feel like you did, but it's not like I remember. I'm so used to like, you know, your face as I see it, and I know you told me that you'll be like fully fresh face, like no makeup, but eyebrows done.
Eyebrows and lip line, lip is lined. It's just you have good eyebrows though. Like I don't know your
Well,
face structure.
No, my eyebrows are super blonde, but I get them like tinted when I get them done.
But so my lips and my eyebrows are always done like
Those are
makeup
two
or
good
not
things.
makeup on. And I found this new liner and lipstick and stuff. I went to Ulta and got some new products and now I like actually enjoy getting ready every day and putting some stuff on. But it's so natural and so close to my skin that you can't tell if I have it on, which I love. But it's just like just enough for me because I don't wear a lot of makeup to begin with because I'm like, not that I don't like it, but I just don't right now. But I'm trying to more. Like, isn't it 30 days to make a habit? I'm trying to do this.
That's what
more.
they say. But like, do you, when it comes to, so you'll do eyebrows and lip liner, but like,
And lipstick. Like the
you're so
second lips.
lucky your eyelashes are dark then. Because I look funny as hell.
Oh, because your eyelashes are blonde.
I look so funny
No,
if I
you
don't have
don't.
like no. Like if I have like other makeup on and like I don't have like something like how we said you can do brown mascara or even like the purple one you showed me, but like just nothing on my eyelashes. I like
That's
the look on
interesting.
myself. That's fine,
no,
but that's my perception.
I
I don't know how long
haven't.
it was, but that battery is dying.